Have you ever watched South Park or seen Star Wars or looked at Legos and thought, damn, they should totally make this into a video game? Well, they did. And that got me thinking of other brands that would make good games. Not just any type of games, because you can take anything and make a game out of it. Take The Simpsons and make a crappy mobile game.
This game is life-ruiningly fun!
At least he's honest.
Take Family Guy and make a crappy beat-em-up. Take Rick and Morty and make procedurally generated worlds to simulate the infinite realities of the portal gun.
Whoa!
But I'm talking about brands that have large enough worlds packed with enough
Insalata caprese!
that it could sustain your average modern open world action adventure game. And these are the 7 brands that would make dope games.
That's a stupid name!
First up is one of the most potent possibilities, The Simpsons. The longest running sitcom is like the Beatles of television, and while I'm only a big fan of the first half or so, I would die for a big, badass, brand new game. Hit and Run was really fun, but it's 3 generations old, has those bubbly Pixar dollhouse graphics, and is split into 3 separate levels. Imagine the Simpsons game they can make today. They could do character customization or let you play as the Simpsons family the way you played as the Kong Clan in DK64, which I would totally prefer. They have 30 seasons of references to sprinkle on an otherwise original and hilarious script, and just imagine a big open world Springfield. The show might not be what it used to be, but a game could be what it used to be. It's hard to think up of a game for Disney because
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I was in a Harry Potter in middle school and lost interest around the 4th book, and then years later I watched all the movies with my brother, and I was pleasantly surprised to see how dark the last 3 are. Anyway, I'm still not really into it anymore, but I can still tell that it would make an awesome game. Open world Hogwarts, make your own wizard, and so many spells. There are copious amounts of gameplay potential. How in the fuck have Nintendo and Lego not collaborated? I mean, this shouldn't be just a game, but a whole line of actual Lego sets. If I was a kid, I would lose my shit. Lego makes Lego games out of everything, so a Lego Nintendo crossover would be I am a huge David Lynch fan, but I have no idea how his work can be made into games. There's some examples of influence, like the Silent Hill 2 cutscene that mirrors the scene from Blue Velvet, but how do you translate something like Lost Highway or Inland Empire into a game? You can't. Well, maybe Dune could, but there's one thing that would certainly be awesome. Twin Peaks. His masterpiece. In fact, that idea has been dabbled with. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening was heavily inspired by the show and its themes of dreams. But then there's the lesser than great example, Deadly Premonition, which feels just like the show, but it's a glitchy, unplayable mess with awful graphics. But yeah, a Twin Peaks game, that'd be a trip if done right. 1984 is the quintessential story about dystopian societies and tyrannical governments. I don't really necessarily mean a game directly based and modeled after the book, but a game about those themes, with secret police, heavy surveillance, censorship, and a sycophantic population of leader-worshipping bootlickers blindly following a demagogic retard man who, oh my god, it's not a game! Here's the one I'd be most crazy about. H.P. Lovecraft has built up an incredible and terrifying universe that would make one badass mother of a survival horror game. There have been some great games that take heavy inspiration from his signature brand of cosmic horror, and there have been some not so great games based directly on them. All his works take place in the same fictional universe, so I would love an original character that goes through his entire body of work, kind of like the Godfather game for PS2. Novellas and major stories like Call of Cthulhu and Shadow over Innsmouth can weave the main game, while minor short stories like Dagon and Cats of Ulthar are side quests. And it's all wrapped up in a big, badass, open world New England.
Ah, sweet.
So those are the ones I can think of, but I'm sure there's others. So let me know what they are in the comments. What fictional universe do you want to see virtualized into a big, badass video game? Give me enough ideas and I might make a follow-up to this video. And I'll call it, Another 7 Brands That Would Make Dope Games.
I told you it was stupid!